from the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, we are just moments away from the second running mates debate. We're expecting Deputy President William Ruto and NASA Deputy Presidential candidate Kalonzo Musyoka. None of them has so far showed up. In a moment, we'll have a statement from Debates Media Limited regarding this debate. The first one took place about an hour ago. Only one candidate was on stage, and he has become the man the whole country is talking about right now, one Eliud Kariara. Tomorrow, everybody will know his name. Today, maybe not that many people knew his name. Is this debate even important? Why are all the media houses doing this? KTN, Citizen, NTV, K24, KBC, Radio Africa, Media Max. All of the people came together to try and give the candidates an opportunity to present their candidacy and their platform to the people of Kenya. Many of them did not pick it up. Is there any importance for this debate?
You see, Larry, this, and I want to, for students of history, and this is important, it started with Socrates in Greece.
Yes.
Socrates in the marketplace.
Yes.
The discourses, all right? Socrates was debating about how society should be organized, should be governed democratically. That's how democracy came to be. Discourses, public discourses, interrogation, questioning, always asking why, asking how, asking why not, pushing the leaders to account for why they should occupy privileged places in society. Why are they driving big cars? Why do they have security? Why do they fly in helicopters when we walk? Why do we pay taxes and they live in their mansions? Why and why? These people take that position for granted, that they deserve it, that they have the pedigree. Yet all of us were born naked, and all our mothers had the same DNAs. We are all human beings. Once you elect people into leadership, they must account directly to you all the time. If they spend your money, they must account. If they take an action, they must account. If they refuse to take action, they must account. So now the time has come when these leaders must tell us, they must account for why they are not here. And Kenyans deserve to tell them that because you don't respect us, because you feel that we owe you, yet we are the ones who elected you, we are not going to re-elect you. We are not going to elect you, give you a position of privilege over us, to make decisions for us on our behalves, if you don't care about us. This is the message. So anybody who tries to say debates are not important, yet that is the only forum where citizens can engage directly with their leaders, then that person does not understand democracy.
So let me weigh in.
Yes,
there.
Dr. Whitty.
I think there is a genealogy to this disease, to this syndrome. It goes back to Mzee Kenyatta and his envy of the imperial logic of state. You know, his flag whisk, his kingly manners. And then came Moi. These guys came of age in an era where the leader knew it all. And we were not citizens then, even after independence. We were subjects to Kenyatta, subjects to Moi. That imperial legacy still continues today, to the extent that Mr. Kenyatta does not understand where his power comes from. His power is donated to him by we, the people of this country.
But his argument is he doesn't have to come to a debate and subject himself to questions from media people when he's already meeting the citizens out there.
The questions are not from media people. The media does not generate the issues we are talking about. The media did not generate corruption. The media does not generate the joblessness. The media does not generate the debt overhang. These issues have been generated by the character of his governance. What the media is now doing as a member of responsible civil society is to bring these guys before Kenyans so that they can explain.
All right.
And I think I want to support him. I think notwithstanding what the president has said, I'm not sure whether it is him who said, because that thing is from Itumbi. You know, politics is at two levels. There's the level of policy and there's the level of politicking. What the president is doing in the villages is politicking. What we expect the president to do in these debates is to tell Kenyans his policy frameworks. And that's why a debate is very crucial. So he comes here and tells us, this is your platform, this is the manifesto that we gave you. As a government, this is how, and that is why the country is strutted. We have the upper class, the middle class, the lower middle class, and we have the masses. You must feed through those structures. Now, when the president comes to a debate like this, he's speaking to the people who are within policy-making frameworks. He's speaking to the people who are in the middle class. And when he goes politicking in the villages and in the markets or wherever they go, he's now talking to the masses. So a debate is very crucial because that is the only time we can interrogate our president or the leader of the opposition or their deputies on what they stand for on matters of policy. Then they can now fly out to the villages and talk to the masses.
Okay.
So I want to agree with him that a debate is very crucial. And I'm shocked that our political leaders do not get this. Because, Larry, this is dangerous to the country, that they cannot even understand such a basic things, that politics is about levels.
All right, so we see the other presidential candidates and the deputies now kind of walking out of this area at the Catholic University. They have been in the lounge. They were hoping to get included in the main debate at 8 p.m., but that is not happening. So all in one accord, they have decided to leave. That's what you see on your screen there. It looks like they're going to try
or they're going into the auditorium?
to go into the auditorium one more time. They were not allowed to do so the last time. You saw the man who was blocking them was Sam Kosgei, who is head of security for this operation. That should be interesting if they will be able to get in this time, because they've tried this one last time and they were not allowed to do so. So they appear to be trying to do so again to gain entrance into the auditorium. And I think that's also Kimani Ichung'wah, who we had yesterday, was coming here to represent the deputy president. Yet the rules that have been circulated by Debates Media Limited said you cannot send a representative. This is an MP for Kikuyu. He's an elected Jubilee leader, but you cannot send a representative unless you're yourself on the ballot. But he's here anyway. And he said he was coming on his own behalf, on behalf of the deputy president, and on behalf of the Jubilee party. Why are you shaking your head?
But you got what I said, Larry. Yes. So the importance of this debate is very crucial. And Alex I was just adding to what he said.
Yes.
You must speak to the two and several stratas of society if you're in the political game.
But Larry, I wanted to add. You see, when you go for a rally, and let's say you go to Lamu, how many people attend a rally? Maybe maximum 2,000 in Lamu. Right. Maybe 5,000 if you're lucky. Are those all Kenyans? Is that the entire demography of Kenya? We are 45 million. Right now, we are reaching millions. Millions, tens of millions, more than you can reach in a rally. So between this and a rally, which one actually is accessible to most Kenyans?
Absolutely.
All over, from Mombasa to Kisumu, from Wajir to Malaba. It's this forum. And as my friend said, these policies need to be interrogated. And these leaders need to be vetted and audited.
Yeah.
And we cannot do that in a political theater where it is monologue. They are speaking to the public.
Yes.
There is no reciprocal engagement. Nobody can ask them questions. They play music, loud music, they dance, and they are up on the stage with security, and the people are down on the grass. These are the people who are paying them.
Yeah.
It's dehumanizing.
Okay. When N.S. Stevens says Jubilee and NASA's refusal to show up to debates is the height of perverse impunity they are so accustomed to.
That's, I agree. It's actually a manifestation of impunity.
Yeah.
These are demigods, and what they're trying to say here is that you deal with us on our own terms. We are the overlords, and you, as Miguna says, you're in the grass there, so you listen to us. And that exchange, that power asymmetry is a problem. Yet we are the people who pay the bills. These guys literally cruise on our shoulders and our backs. We work so hard every single day to make sure that they have the packs that they do, in the expectation that we'll get services. Then what we get is a kick in our teeth and impunity. And to trivialize this process, all the organization that has gone to made
amount
possible
of
this
money that
debate.
Yes.
And expectation.
And energy.
And the expectation
I wonder how
from
they sleep.
Kenyans.
I wonder how they sleep tonight.
Well, they've been sleeping easy even as they continue to rape the country. But
The debate is only 11 minutes in. Ideally, we should have had the debate going on right now at 8 p.m. moderated by Hussein Mohammed. If either of them is in the city right now, would you be advising them to come quickly to the Catholic University and have that primetime audience all by themselves?
Absolutely. I think at some point you should take the cameras to the hall and show
And I
those
would
two.
want them to kneel down and apologize to Kenyans. Yes, profusely.
Why would they apologize?
Because they're late.
for treating them with
Because
contempt.
they're treating their employers
With
like
contempt.
rubbish, like a rag. And that is not right. You know, they think that they're entitled to their positions. When Kalonzo Musyoka ceased being a vice president, do you know he didn't know how much it cost to fuel a vehicle between Nairobi and Mombasa? He thought it was 5,000. Because the man has been cruising on public expense without spending his money. Yeah, he takes things for granted. The man has been a minister since he was in his 30s and believes he was born a minister.
So you think that's part of the...
That's part of the problem.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah. They should be in Siberia for 15 years.
I think it's very disappointing. Really, I really think it is very disappointing, this kind of show. You know, one of the things that we celebrated in 2010 was a new constitution that really captured the aspirations of Kenyans, you know? And one of the things are those democratic ideals where we hold our leadership to account.
Right.
Now, when leaders begin to treat Kenyans who have donated to them the power with which they operate, with such contempt, that really basically what they're saying is, you have no right to ask me anything. I am here, you know, and I'm going for this thing, whether you want me or not. Really, that's what they're saying. I don't need to explain to you what I'm all about. I don't need to explain to you how I plan to run the country or how my leadership will transform your life, because it's not about that. We have had on several occasions the leadership of this country speaking of the Constitution as though it's some kind of obstruction, you know? It's an obstructionist document. It is not about the aspirations of Kenya, the architecture of state. And here what we see is the manifestation of it. So now if Kenyans want to see what impunity looks like, this is what it looks like. They may think that they are kicking the media in the teeth. We will show that media. Media is a crucial part of our Kenyan society to be able to inform them and have provided them with this platform. And I think that Kenyans really need to be offended by this kind of behavior from the leadership. But as I'm saying, things are changing. Things are changing. Kenyans are beginning to wake up to the fact that we can actually question our leaders, that we can hold them to account. And when we are calling them to account, we can also see those leaders who are running away from accountability. Because this is what they're doing.
And we can replace them.
Exactly. And they're replaceable. They are not indispable.
Okay.
This is people running away from accountability.
Let me just make one point here. I think part of the hubris derives from the fact that these guys, the so-called political honchos, believe that this is some kind of an elitist conversation. And they think in a patronizing way that their constituency is Mamamboga and all those guys. And yet we're spending billions of taxpayers' money in education. The same guys keep saying that, who actually says that we're on the cusp of a technological industrial takeoff, a revolution. How is that possible when at the same time you're saying that the people that you cater for are illiterate? Semi-illiterate people who have no access to this kind of conversation. Our work shows that over 50% of young Kenyans have more than post-primary education. They're literate people. We're building a knowledge economy. So to rubbish this and say that this is some kind of Nairobi elitist conversation, I think is disrespectful to everybody who sends their kids to school. And to everyone who's got an education. Because this is the great conversation the country must be having today about what it is that these people actually want to do with our tax money.
Nerima, let me read two comments for you from, I'm looking through your comments on social media, #debatesKE. King Kong, if they think debates are not important, then Kenyans should automatically assume their votes are not important either.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And Cliff Njora Njuguna says, so William Ruto and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, you expect us to vote for you in while you snub debates? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that it's a wake-up call. In fact, I'm glad this has happened so that Kenyans can see what we have offered.
Correct.
And now think
Yes.
about it. We have about
Yes.
20 days to the election, and think clearly, is this something that you want to deal with for the next 5 years? But basically, I want to touch on something that Miguna had mentioned about Socrates.
Right.
Also, his worry was that if you don't educate the public on the importance of voting for people who have policies at hand, democracy
It makes rubbish
breaks.
of democracy.
And he
Correct.
said that if we don't educate the people, we start voting for people who have the theatrics. We forget about what they're bringing to the table.
And that's what is happening right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
So a debate is supposed to be a platform where a leader talks about their policies. It's the boring stuff,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
the important stuff. So when you're very used to the theatrics and the rallies and you think that's what gets you by, I think the debates are a clear indication that Kenyan people want to hear what they're bringing to the table and they're not sure how to say it or show it because maybe they're not doing it.
But why would you come to a debate, though, playing devil's advocate, when you can't say NASA how when the crowd responds, or you can't say ule Joshua napeleka mahali pa busaa na chang'aa, and that people won't respond to that because there's silence in the...
I will answer that, Larry. Because governance is not theater. Because governance is not performance. Because governance is not hypocrisy. Because governance is not entertainment. When you want to build a road, or you want to build a bridge, or you want to build a light trail or a subway, you need a team of competent engineers and planners and economists and financial experts to be able to put a blueprint to do it. That means you have to sit in a room and read and understand and then implement. You can't do it on the road dancing. So if they think that the only way we elect leaders is how good dancers they are, so they twist their legs and they think that that is the best, they boogie, then they're wrong. Then we cannot develop Kenya. That is why we are 55 years behind Malaysia.
Yeah.
I give this example all the time. London built its railway or its subway in 1863. That was 155 years ago. And here in Kenya, we are still saying how, we're gonna why. We don't have money. Do you understand?
Right.
And yet the tax base is the same. I disagree with Carriera only on one thing, that you can't reduce taxes to 3%. That is inconceivable. And I mean, it would be unsustainable economically. So he had some very good ideas, but some very bad ideas also.
Processes.
But because probably he never thought about what he meant when he said 3%. And he thought probably that he will be pleasing the Mamamboga to vote for them without realizing the Mamamboga needs a road, the Mamamboga
Needs healthcare.
needs healthcare, the Mamamboga needs education and all. And by the way, when they say Mamamboga, these people have a very bad idea, thinking Mamamboga is illiterate. The Mamamboga of Kenya today went to Form 4. And some of them actually got B, not even D minus. So they're very literate. They can read. They can conceptualize. So don't let us dehumanize them and think they're stupid just because they are poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
In all fairness, not everybody agrees with you guys on the panel tonight, and I must bring that dissenting view as well. Anthony E. Muhindi says, your panelists are behaving like those who snubbed you. Media is quickly becoming irrelevant. Go back to the drawing boards.
He's only one person. I'm glad.
There's some people
But
who
I
agree
think,
with him.
Larry, I don't know what he means.
What
but
does he mean?
He means that we're whining.
We're not
No,
whining.
we are not whining.
We are
Those
discussing.
let me be a bit